Oh, hi there, and welcome to Not Your Grandfather's Vlog number 17. My name is Josh Cannon, and if you're new to my page or whatever, welcome aboard. So, oh man, there's been a lot of shit that's been going on in my life since the last time I made a vlog. I live in Florida, in Jacksonville, namely, and about a week ago, a Category 4 hurricane, Hurricane Matthew, hit us almost directly, pretty much directly, and yeah, obviously I was impacted by that. Oh boy, did that suck. Where do I begin, you know? I don't know if you're watching this and you're not in an area where they have hurricanes. Basically, I mean, it's just a very severe storm, but probably the worst thing about a hurricane is that it's blowing wind at high speeds, and that tends to jumble a lot of shit up. Some of the worst things that tend to happen from hurricanes is flooding in more like beachfront areas, and trees being blown over onto your house or onto power lines, which of course eventually happened, and we lost power for 4 days out here. Now, you know, I'm a very productive guy. I pretty much, ever since a few years ago, have dedicated my life to just being productive every single day, getting something done every single day without fail. So 4 days without power, and given the kind of stuff I do, that was pretty big for me. I mean, that sucked. So I found myself playing a lot of games, especially like my Game Boy DS or whatever the fuck they're called nowadays. That thing saved my ass, man, because I wouldn't have had any form of entertainment had it not been for that. So the first few days were like a welcomed vacation, because this was time that I never would have given myself to just dick around. So it was cool spending like 6 hours on my bed just playing my Game Boy, because that's something I would have never allowed myself to do. But then on like day 3, day 4, your batteries all start to die, your refrigerators and freezers start defrosting against your will. It just fucking happens because there's no electricity, so all your food spoils. Where we live, we have a water pump, so when what little water we have runs out, we can't use the bathroom anymore. So we gotta go to other people's houses to use the bathroom. Unless you just wanna let it mellow if it's yellow, which is disgusting. But no, it sucked. It started to suck, and then I started to realize that, like, I have a bunch of stuff coming up that I need fucking power for. I had a wedding that Sunday. The power went out Thursday for us, and that Sunday I had a wedding, so I needed power. I needed to get some songs together for this wedding. The wedding finally happened Sunday, and it went by fine and everything. That was the least prepared I had ever been for a wedding. That was just, you know, even though it went well, it was terrifying because I was having to go to McDonald's free Wi-Fi spots and all around town just to get free Wi-Fi just for this wedding, to download songs for this wedding, and God, I just have never had to do that before. I felt like such a bum, you know, and it was all because that fucking hurricane. I almost had a panic attack at that wedding because I was so underprepared for it, and it was just so stressful, you know. But the stress was just beginning Sunday, because literally every fucking day this week I have had something that was so pressing that I had to do that I could not get out of. And my life hasn't been like that for a really long time, or maybe ever. Just every single day, from the moment you wake up until the time you go to bed, there's shit that you need to be doing, and there's shit that you have to get done, and not shit that you have made up that's for your own pleasure, stuff that like you have to do for your job or your career or whatever. That's what my life's been like this past week, and it's just, oh man, it sucks, because, you know, for me it's all about time versus money, you know. The more money you have, invariably the less time you have, and the more time you have, usually the less money you have. At this point in my life, I would be A-okay with a little bit less money, a lot more time. I have my YouTube channel that I'm very passionate about. Obviously, you're on here now. I have my Unsolved Mysteries podcast that's doing well, that I want to continue to put time into. I have my music. Still haven't forgotten about that. It's just, I haven't been able to touch any of this shit recently, along with the power outages and this week of just pure busyness. It's just been, oh man, it's been such a pain. I just want to like scream and be like, just, you know, leave me alone, everybody. Just let me do my thing, you know? But I am making money. It's cool. But man, I'd like some free time. And when you get this busy, the forgetfulness that kicks in is just unbelievable. Like I'm mainly booked up with weddings right now, and I mean, you start forgetting people's names and you start forgetting details. That's why I have everything written down now. But even then, I forgot someone's name today at a meeting. I called him by the wrong name, and it was like super embarrassing. And they didn't seem to mind, but it's like, damn, man, like, you know, when you have all these things going on, it's hard to keep track. So yeah, that definitely is a result of being overly busy. With the kind of job I have, you just kind of have to take it as it comes, though, because you definitely will have lean months where you won't be getting the business that you get in other months. So you just kind of have to take it as it comes in, and unfortunately that instability affects my all my projects in my personal life, you know, with the channel and everything else. I can't put out as much content if I'm never able to work on it. Episode 18 of the Overstimulation Station is a great example of that. That has been in the canon for about a month and a half now, maybe, at least. And I'm slowly inching towards completing that. So, the next thing I want to talk about is, I've just given up on being cool, or wanting to be cool, or caring about being cool. I don't care anymore. I think it all started this Wednesday, one free moments I had. I went to go see Korn in concert. Yes, that's right, Korn. Even bought one of their touring band t-shirts, which I normally don't do because it's a fucking price gouge. They rip you off at the show and make you pay $35 when you can get it for $18 or $20 on their website. But no, it was such a great concert, man, and I've loved Korn ever since I was a kid, but I definitely did go through a phase where that music, the kind of music like Korn and Limp Bizkit and shit like that, was definitely seen as uncool. And I mean, I guess if you want to go very extreme with it, Creed and Nickelback, you know, could obviously be thrown into those categories too. You know, there are people who never heard of these bands or never heard a single song by them, but they're going to jump on the bandwagon and say, oh, I hate this band, or this band's corny. No pun intended, corny. You know, do I like Nickelback's music? No. I think it's very formulaic and boring, you know. If I don't like music, it's because a reason, not because it's cool to hate that group. But like I said, I went through a phase where bands like Korn, you know, were very uncool, and, you know, skinny jeans and lip rings and, you know, that emo shit was in, and bands like Korn was seen as lame, you know. And I don't know what's happened to the sea change of the musical landscape now, or whatever. I don't know what's cool and what's not. Even though I'm a DJ, you'd think I know that, but I have no idea what the fuck the kids in junior high and high school, or I don't think anybody cares about rock anymore, to be honest with you. But yeah, I mean, it was a great show. It was a fucking amazing concert, and Breaking Benjamin opened up for Korn, and I'm by no means a huge fan of Breaking Benjamin, but they put on a good show. They knew how to... They knew what their place was in that show. Like, they knew that everybody was there to see Korn, so they did some covers. They did some very entertaining stuff that kept your attention, you know, so that was cool. And it's just like, a lot of people were kind of, you know, giving me shit about going to see Korn and all. It's like, dude, I just don't care anymore, man. I fucking like their music. Their last few albums have been kind of yeah, but their early stuff, they had a definitive, unique sound. And as far as any other bands like that, or movies, or TV shows, or anything like that, I just don't care anymore about whether it's cool or not cool, or... I don't care, man. I'm just gonna like whatever the fuck I like at this point. I can't worry about that stuff anymore, because you're just gonna miss out on too much if you have that attitude. And you know, a lot of like the cool, like critically acclaimed stuff is usually overrated anyway. You know, like, you see these music snobs, and it's like, okay, music snob, show me what the fuck you like. Show me what's good music. And then the stuff they show you, it's just like okay, in your opinion maybe this is good, but I don't think it sounds so great. It's all subjective. I guess kind of the last thing that happened to me this week that was pretty interesting was I really stood up for myself for once. Now, I don't know if you could consider it standing up for yourself or snapping. I think it might be a combination of both. But it's like I said the day it happened. I said my give a fuck meter is full. It's up to this is a canister of give a fuck, and it was completely full. So I threw the fucks away, and I could give no more. So last Thursday I was doing karaoke, and this guy comes up to sing. This guy is an older guy. He's, in all fairness, he's got a phenomenal singing voice. He's an old white dude, probably in his late 50s, early 60s. He's got a fantastic singing voice. He sounds kind of like a blend of Steve Perry from Journey and John Bon Jovi. He can hit those high notes. For as old as he is, I'm fucking surprised that he can sing Adele and it sounds like dead on. It's incredible. But the guy's an asshole. He's just an asshole, and I know a little bit of backstory on him. Apparently he tried doing the band thing back in the day and got involved in drugs and all that, and with his attitude, I'm glad he didn't make it in as a famous rock star in music, because if he had, he would have been that asshole singer that nobody wanted to deal with, and everyone would have been afraid to approach him because he would have been such a diva. So that's still kind of the attitude he wears anytime he comes up to a karaoke show. So he came to my karaoke show, and this guy feels the need to tell you how everything should be mixed for his vocals. Hey, turn my vocals down. Hey, give me more reverb. Hey, turn the music track down. Hey, turn it up. Hey, take out some mids in my voice. And I'm just like, bro, it's a karaoke show. Nobody cares except you. Nobody can tell a fucking difference. And I've been doing music my whole life and creating music and mixing and mastering all my own songs, so I know a thing or fuck about mixing vocals. And the dude just always treats me like a dumbass. And last Thursday, with all the busyness and the pressure and the stress, I just snapped. So he's singing a song, and I have his vocals in the backing karaoke track mix to what I think sounds fine to me. And so he keeps giving me, hey, dude, turn this up, turn this down. And the last thing he says is, hey, turn the music track down. So I turn it down like real low, because I'm getting angry at this point. And I think he picked up on that. And I was like, yes, sir. Because it's like, I'm not getting paid enough to deal with all this. So there's a break in the song, and like an instrumental break in the karaoke song, and the guy leans over to me and he goes, hey, I don't know if I'm pissing you off or not, but I've been doing music for 40 fucking years. And I stopped him right there and I said, well, I'm not doing shit for you if you keep up that fucking attitude, disrespecting me at my own damn gig. Just came out just like that. And he's like, I'm not disrespecting you. And I go, yeah, you are, saying, I've been doing this for 40 fucking years. It's like, dude, I'm not doing shit for you talking to me like that. Where the fuck do you get off talking to me like that? I don't give a fuck how long you've been doing music for, buddy. And he's talking about, well, I'm standing in front of the speakers and you're standing behind them and you can't hear me. And it's like, dude, I've been doing music my whole fucking life too. Like I just mentioned, I've been writing my own songs. I mix and master my own songs. You can go to fucking bandcamp.com, Dancing with Ghosts, soundcloud.com/Dancing with Ghosts. Go fucking take a listen to it if you don't believe me. So it's like, I know a fucking thing or two about music as well. You're not the music god of anywhere you go to. So I guess you could say we had conflicting of opinions. But no, I got pissed. And I stood and looked him straight in the eye. Like, I was mad. I was sick of it. I was sick of them. I'm sick of that shit. Dude, if you want it fucking perfect, go pay an engineer to follow you around to all your karaoke gigs and pay off the karaoke DJ and have the engineer call it I'm not gonna say his name, but call it let's say his name was Steve Smith. Call it the Steve Smith Show and just open up your own venue and people can pay and go listen to you sing covers all night long. Oh, you're not doing that? Oh, you're not in a band either? So basically you're just a washed up asshole that goes around reliving his glory years or whatever and imposing his douchiness onto karaoke DJs like myself who's just trying to make the show run smoothly and get it done, you know what I mean? So that felt good, you know? I don't normally do stuff like that. That was really awesome. I'm definitely going to be doing it a lot more though, because I got a taste for it. I kind of like it now, so be careful, man. Don't piss me off. No, I'm just joking. I'm a very easygoing guy. I never get angry, so that's why it was, when it just flowed out of me like that, it was just so crazy, but I was glad it happened. It was almost like a certain part of my brain that was like, no, don't cause conflict, don't cause conflict. That part of my brain just got overridden by the other part of my brain that's like, fuck this, fuck that guy, he's disrespecting you. And it overtook that other fucking weenie part of my brain that never wants to start conflict. So that felt great. I'm glad I was able to do that. Whoops. I guess that's the end of this vlog. If you feel like people are disrespecting you in some way, just remember you're not a kid anymore. You know, these people aren't your parents. They're no one that you even should respect most of the time. Stop, fucking say something to them, man. Stand up to them. They're nobody. They're not a police. They're not a whoever. You know, they can't arrest you. They can complain about you, and that's about it. Respect earns respect, man. I don't care how old you are. I don't care how long you've been doing something. I don't care how little time I've been doing something, or vice versa. Respect earns respect. If you respect me, I will respect you. Simple as that. I don't care how much older than me you are. I don't care about any of that stuff. None of that means anything to me. You don't get to treat people any way you want to just because you're older, wiser, more experienced. You don't get to treat people like shit. You just don't. Sorry, it doesn't work that way. Grow the fuck up. Some people never grow the fuck up. This guy is like in his late 50s, early 60s, still an asshole. So that's the end of this vlog. Just wanted to give you guys an update on my life, I guess, for the 11 of you who listen to this. I think I have 11 people now. Anyway, episode 18 of the Overstimulation Station is coming. It's on ghost shows. I will be doing it solo because of scheduling conflicts. Unfortunately, I was going to be doing it with my friend Caroline, but due to scheduling conflicts, I'm just going to be doing it solo. But it's easier for me to work alone. I don't have to work on anybody else's schedule. I can just do it in the middle of the night if I want to. I don't have to wait for someone to come over and blah, blah, blah. It's nice to collaborate with people. I love collaborating with people. Obviously, I collaborate with Mike every Wednesday on our podcast. But, yeah, I don't know, man. I just, if I can avoid it, I do. I just do it all by myself. Because this vlog, I mean, this is just me. I can just throw this up whenever. Anyway, this has gotten really fucking long. I feel like I should be plugging stuff, but I'm not going to do that to you guys. Have a good rest of your week.